Hello, welcome to the Creative Experience. Today our guest is going to be Charles. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Charles Daniels. I'm 20 years old, and I'm here today with Steven.
Okay. So what do you do, Charles?
I dabble in a lot. Right now I'm starting a business called Stride Seekers. It's basically a business created for people who want to make strides in their everyday life. The main focus being fitness, mainly, but we dabble in things, spirituality, just everyday life topics and stuff like that. So.
What does spirituality mean to you?
Spirituality, well, that's a good question, man. That's a really good question. What does it mean to me? I think it means awareness of yourself and of others. I think it means self-care and care of others also. I think it just means awareness, really, if you pin it down. If I had to pin it down to one thing.
Just like overall awareness in life every day.
Mm-hmm.
Spirituality. There's a lot of levels of spirituality too.
Definitely.
Do you feel like there's more than we see?
Definitely.
Like there's like other layers to life.
Oh, most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
What would be your take on that? Like,
the main thing I could say is just because the visible light spectrum, I don't know if you're familiar with that. Like, obviously there's a large spectrum of light that we can and cannot see. So when I was introduced to that kind of like opened my eyes a little bit.
Okay. Because I always think about like, not even like ghosts, demons, shit like that. It's like, I always feel like there's something like greater that we're not seeing. There's always something like, and then people try to put it to words.
Yeah.
And that becomes religion.
Exactly. And I could go all day. Like, that's my lane. I love talking about that kind of stuff. But definitely, like, I think man's interpretation of what's going on turns into religion and stuff like that. Okay. Like, you try to pin things into a box, but we really don't know anything.
Exactly.
We don't know anything.
That's the biggest like turner for everything. It's like, what do you really know? Right. What do you really know about anything that's happening anytime, anywhere?
Right.
Because like, let's be real, we're all confused.
That's
and
true.
It's like, there's so much more.
There's a lot going on, man.
Also, we go get real deep into morality, spirituality. We finna get into this.
Let's get it.
Okay, so like, not even to be corny, what do you think the meaning of life is?
If I had to say one word that encompasses everything, is love.
Love?
Because if you think about it, like, every action is either based out of two things, fear or love. Like, you have that. Every choice you make in your life is based out of fear or love.
You seen Donnie Darko?
Fire-ass movie, bro.
Yeah, great movie. Because that's one of the things it is.
Right.
Like, everything's between fear and love. And then, yeah. But I 100% agree with that, because it's like, everything's one or the other, because that's another thing. It's like principles versus morals.
Yeah.
It's like, which side do you lean towards? It's like, do you have a moral ground that you go towards, like, day to day, you abide by every day, or do you have principles that you have to abide by that are like boundaries, so to say?
No, I feel that. And I think that's where kind of religion ties into also, is because it's... I'm about to die.
Deadass?
I think it just died.
Honestly, you want to just continue with that camera?
Yeah, we can
volume 1 it.
Oh, yeah.
Principles versus morals type beat. But like, just like off of that.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, because this would be the perfect person to talk to this about.
Okay.
Like, what the meaning of life is to me. Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody has a certain group of connections that they have to make in life.
I definitely feel that, bro.
Like
to a different degree, like. But I feel like I can't talk to many people about that, because they're like, all right, you're crazy. Like,
no, like, for real. But I 100%, because the connections that I have with the people that I'm very close to are like way too close for it to just be like, oh, this just happened off bat.
Right,
like,
bro, no way. There's no way.
There's just conversations that I have with people that I'm like, what would my life be without you type beat? But it's not even like a what would my life be without you. It's like, I feel like, because me and my friend Max were talking about this, one of my friends. He was like, I feel like after you die, your soul lives. but it's like it transfers to something else because we only know what Earth is at this point.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more. And if this Big Bang happened here and we're here, it had to happen somewhere else.
Definitely.
So it's like, what's actual end game? What actually happens? Like, no one actually has been past and come back. So no one knows what actual end game is. So let's see, everything in life is confusing because it's just like, why are we trying? We're all trying to answer questions that we don't know what to ask. Right. Like, it's so weird.
And once you ask a question, another question's gonna come up. It's like,
exactly.
I don't know why. Yeah, we play this game like we know what's going on, but because it's fun to like try to figure out. I think because even when you're young, you solve a problem in math. Like, okay, I solved it. Like, you can't solve it.
I feel like the key of life is figuring out that you're not in control.
Yeah,
like
I feel that too. Yeah.
But then that presents other points where it's like, everything you do in this life, are you destined to do it? Is it supposed to happen? And is there no way for you to change it? It's like you think that you go through everyday like decisions like, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do this. You were already going to do that. It's just like you thought that you were in control. Like that kind of like scratches me. It's like, how does that work out? Yeah, it's like, how does that work out? Because it's like, I feel like I'm definitely in control of my everyday and like the decisions that I make and everything. But it feels like everything's playing out like a fucking game. So like, I
do feel that. But I do believe in free will. I do believe in free will, but I do believe there is, say you're walking down a hallway. I believe life is like a hallway. And there's many different doors on the sides. There's many like windows you can open and look in, cabinets, whatever. But all while you're looking in all these windows and stuff, you're still walking down this same hallway. And I feel like, me personally, you have to get to that point, wherever. It's just this hallway. You can look around, you can turn around. You can't go back. You can turn around, you can look, but you're still moving.
It's like everyone's designated a maze. You all start at the beginning.
I can't believe that, man.
We're all in a rat race. But we're all in a rat race. But no, just like overall, I feel like we're just not in control of anything we do. But I feel like we are in the same way. So it's weird to talk about. See, talking about spirituality and talking about like morality is weird because what are we really talking about?
That's why like I love talking about philosophical stuff, spirituality, all that stuff. Just because it's so broad and unknown, you know? So many things you can put a label on in the world, or that's kind of what we do as like humans, is put labels on stuff. But that's like the one area in life where you can't pinpoint. So it's just fun. It's just fun to, explore.
Exactly. So like, thinking spirituality, how would you want people to look at spirituality differently? As you build a brand about spirituality, encompassing spirituality, how would you want people to view it differently than they already do? Okay.
Well, I think spirituality touches, how do I want to say this? Spirituality is ingrained in, I believe, all religions, all beliefs of higher power, all that. How I would want it to be seen differently, I feel like people should be more open-minded to different ideas. Because I think a lot of people are born into families where, you're one religion. There's nothing wrong with following the religion of your parents or any of that. But I feel like doing your research and really finding what your truth is the best way to go. Because really, there is no right or wrong.
Exactly. It's just the path is designated. But, okay, so wrapping everything up, what would you want people to take from this interview? What would you want people to take? What message would you want to give off?
Okay. My message would be to make strides in areas you care about. Hold on to relationships you care about. And take care of yourself in every aspect. And I feel like those are words to live by because I do all those things.
Exactly. And this is the Creative Experience with Charles. Have a great day.